Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Remembrancers Library podcast. I'm Vincent,
I'm Ethan.
and today we are continuing on sharing all of the information. Well, not all of the information, but everything that we can think of that we know.
Yes.
About the Primarchs.
Mhm.
And today we are talking about
Sanguinius.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Not only for the fact of, it's my Primarch,
Yep.
but also because that with this we are halfway through with being halfway through the series of Primarchs.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. And I am so excited to be done talking about the Primarchs because it's getting tedious.
Just a little bit. Just a wee little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, last time we left off with Magnus the Red.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, today we are starting on Sanguinius.
Sanguinius, yes.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Sanguinius?
I know only what you've said, what I've heard you say.
Well, how awesome he is and how he's the best character of the entire Horus heresy.
Exactly.
And he didn't deserve what he got.
Exactly.
Even though he thinks he did.
Yes.
But yeah, no. Sanguinius, he's literally just an angel.
Yeah.
He has wings, everything like that. He's
Yeah.
flowing blonde hair.
Yeah.
He's beautiful.
Was he not one of the tallest of the Primarchs as well?
Or he's very mid-range.
His wings make up for it.
His wings make up for it, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good example of atomically correct wings because he has the wingspan that's like three times his height and all that stuff. His wings are
lovely.
huge, so he's like one of the good examples of like what wings would really look like in the back of a person. It's amazing. Yeah.
I love when people actually do that to scale.
Do it to scale, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have the massive, back and chest that, it would be required to have those wings, but,
Potato.
swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
So, he was the Primarch of the 9th Legion, the Blood Angels, who are the best Legion, and they can't do any wrong because they are the best ones.
Yep.
They are awesome.
Yep.
Mainly because I paint them.
Yep.
But that's also because they are just super cool. Their lore is really cool.
Very
They're
good.
Space vampires.
Vampires?
Yeah,
I thought they were angels.
Nope, they suck blood.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got something called the Red Thirst. We'll get into it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a thing called the Red Thirst. It literally is them drinking blood.
I love that.
Yeah. No, only Sanguinius is the angel.
Okay.
Yeah, they're called the Blood Angel because they drink blood. They drink blood. Well,
Okay.
no, it's because they're the angels of blood.
Blood for the blood god, but in the Imperium way?
No.
No, not at all. Okay.
They're extremely brutal.
Okay.
So they were almost scrapped from the list of
Really?
they were almost scrapped from the list of what am I trying to say? That's it. They were almost scrapped from the list of armies. Legions. That's it. Legions is what. Legions in the Imperium.
Like
Because they were extremely think modern day world eaters.
Okay.
Minus Khorne.
Okay.
And
they're just like that.
That's how the Blood Angels were before Sanguinius came along.
Right.
Yeah, they were like really brutal. They would have made the battlefield bloody as sin.
Right.
Yeah, there was like not a patch of ground, not a patch of soil that wasn't stained red, kind of deal.
Did you mean scrapped from like the Emperor was gonna nuke them out, or like Games Workshop was gonna take them out?
Oh no! Scrapped from the Emperor was going to take them out.
Okay.
They almost got the 2nd and 11th treatment.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. They would have just been redacted.
They would have just been redacted. Yeah.
I see.
Like I don't think Sanguinius would have been redacted, but the Legion as it stood before Sanguinius's like discovery,
Yeah.
it would have been just clean slated.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The Emperor probably would have started again once he found Sanguinius.
Yeah.
Because the reason that the 2nd and the 11th are redacted is because of the Primarchs. It's not because of the Legions.
Right.
The Legions. One of the theories is that the Legions were assimilated by the rest of the Imperium.
Okay.
And then, their gene seed was just slowly weeded out as time went along.
Okay.
But yeah, Sanguinius didn't do anything wrong, so his legion would have been clean slated, and then they would have started again once he started over.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah. Anyway, on to what we're supposed to be doing now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the story on this guy?
So he comes from a world called Baal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying the other pronunciation because everyone laughs when you talk about the moons. Because
I can see where that's going.
So yeah, Baal was like way uninhabitable.
Surprise, surprise.
No. I mean, like before the Age of Strife.
Oh, okay.
Like before when they discovered Baal, they couldn't inhabit the world itself.
Right.
Because the world itself is just rough.
Right.
Think Mars. Think
Okay.
how Mars is in like our world.
Yeah.
That's how Baal is now.
Okay.
So it's like very Mars-esque and that kind of thing. It is awfully like Mars because it has 2 moons and it's like a dusty desert planet kind of thing.
Right.
Way before the Age of Strife, it was already uninhabitable,
Okay.
like Baal the planet.
Yeah.
So they had to do a little thing where they inhabited the moons.
Right.
Baal has 2 moons, Baal Prime
Okay.
and Baal Secundus.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so
I was in the right ballpark with my assumption.
I'm not.
That's it. End of the episode. Goodbye, everybody.
I got told that I shouldn't swear as much in the podcast.
So all of that silence was just mental swearing.
It was mental swearing, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I did deserve that.
There's a t-shirt that I want to make at some point in the future, and it's a because it's the people have been making it of like, you know, F it, we ball, that whole thing.
Yep.
But I want it to be a blood angel.
Oh.
And
okay.
it just says F it for ball.
I love that.
Yeah, and then ball is spelled Baal. But I want to make a t-shirt like that in the future. But I because I just think it's funny. But yeah, Baal Secundus, Baal Prime.
Yep.
Were the 2. I've just given up on trying a different pronunciation. We're just gonna have to get through this and be adults.
I'll laugh maybe, but you know who else is gonna laugh?
Everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Gage is gonna laugh his ass off at this one.
Yep. Take a shot every time.
Take a shot every
ball.
time someone I say ball. But yeah, no. So they inhabited the 2 moons.
The moons.
The
They're
moons.
going to live on the moon.
They're going to live on the moon, and they did what they did with most of the planets that they discovered. They terraformed them, inhabited them, and stuff like that. And they didn't see much use for the planet itself because they had the 2 moons.
Right.
And the moons became lush. They were like inhabited, like huge cities, colonies, and stuff like that. Like, think what we want to do with our own moon, where we just make it like not with our own moon, but like think of what we want to do to Mars, where we like terraform it, turn it into a second Earth kind of thing.
Yeah.
They did that with the moons and stuff like that. And like everyone was happy, everyone was love and life. And then the age of technology comes to an end and the age of strife begins, and then they nuke each other off the planet.
Of like each moon nukes each other, or like
it's unclear because so much is lost from that time because they nuked themselves into oblivion.
Right.
If it was the moons themselves nuking themselves, or if it was the 2 moons nuking each other.
Right. Either way, everybody gets nuked.
Either way, everybody gets nuked.
Okay.
And this is the thing. This is why the Blood Angels are so cool.
Yeah.
Is because it was total nuclear Armageddon.
Right.
Total nuclear Armageddon. Like, the worlds were, like, irradiated. Like, there are pockets of radiation across the moons.
Right.
The people still survived. They were just living, alive.
Right.
Didn't die. So tough and so ready to go that they were just like, we have to live. Let's live. But, you know, as most nuclear stories go, some people got mutated.
Of course.
Some people went insane.
Of course.
Some people got insane and went mutated.
Both at the same time?
At the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Rare one, but it happens.
Hey, but at least they survived and didn't just, like, continually die and need to, go to some unknown force to beg for
life?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do the Horus thing? Yeah.
I was going for the old ones.
Oh, yeah, that's fair, that's fair. You're thinking of the Necrons, by the way.
The Necrontier.
Yeah, the
Thank
Necrontier,
you.
yes. But, yeah, so they became nomads, travelers, wandering peoples.
The planets or of the galaxy?
Of the moons. Because you got to remember, this is in the Age of Strife.
Right.
Intergalactic travel was not available during the Age of Strife.
Right.
So they had nuked themselves to oblivion, and they were also stuck on their moons.
Okay. So they're now just on these cancer balls.
Yeah.
Cool.
cancer balls. So basically, they just went around. They just lived.
Cool.
So they were going around looking for supplies, just surviving, all that kinds of stuff.
Lovely.
But as I said, some of these people became horribly, 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 awfully mutated.
Right.
And those horrible mutants became people eaters.
Oh, goody.
Yes.
Oh, good. I was wondering where the sick twisted twist was going to come
Yeah.
in. There it is.
I can't say the word because I don't want YouTube to be on my back because I don't know if the word for a people eater is allowed on YouTube or not.
Right.
I'll have to look into it. On Spotify I can say all I want, but on YouTube I can't. So, but here's the thing: is like the people eaters and the regular citizens.
Yeah.
They lived in tribes.
Okay.
And it would be this way for years.
Okay.
Like years and years and years and years. And
So
years.
everyone's gone from these big cities and now they're just broken up into little wandering groups.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing, and like I haven't been mentioning it in previous episodes, and I really should have been because it's a really poignant thing to know.
Okay.
Is that when we talk about like these death worlds and these like dying worlds or dead worlds or chaos worlds or stuff like that,
yeah,
and how long the people have to live like that before the Primarchs show up. All of the Primarchs were found right before the Horus Heresy. And the Horus Heresy takes place in the 31st millennium.
Right.
So, and when does the Age of Strife take place?
That was the 21st?
25th.
25th.
The 25th millennium. So for 5,000 years, people are living like this.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they become just wandering tribes of people, nomads and stuff like that. And they lived like they lived like that for a good like 4,000 to 5,000 years.
Yeah.
And then eventually, a pod crashes into Baal Secundus.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I did not expect that at all.
No, yeah, crazy, right? Yeah, no, something comes slamming into Baal, and who would think it? But it was Sanguinius.
Wow,
And
crazy.
he lands in a little place called Angel's Fall.
That's a little on the nose.
Yeah. Don't know if it was named that beforehand or if it was named it afterwards, but he lands there.
All right.
If it's named that beforehand...
What a coinky dink.
It's not a coincidence. You know it's not a coincidence. We've been over it.
Yep.
Tzeentch definitely had... Now, Sanguinius is, in fact, chaos corrupted.
Already. Okay.
And the reason is because of his vestigial wings.
His wings are chaos somehow?
No, quick sidebar into how the warp works.
Okay.
If you come into direct contact with the warp,
it's gonna mess you up.
You get corrupted.
Yeah.
This comes in the form of the demons.
Yeah.
Of the chaos gods. There are just chaos demons.
Okay.
Chaos demons unbound.
Yeah.
Which are just people corrupted by the warp.
Running around.
Just running around and stuff like that. Chaos Unbound is people that follow all of the gods of chaos.
Okay.
So the unbound warp demons and stuff like that, they could be following the gods themselves, or they could just be warp corrupted.
Okay.
The beasts of Caliban are warp corrupted.
Okay.
To give you an idea. So, this is an easy one for you. Corvus Corax.
Yeah.
He is warp corrupted.
Okay.
But he is pure of soul. Because he is, he's doing his whole, Shocker, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth thing with Peter Turbo right now.
Right.
No, not Peter Turbo, with Lorgar right now.
Lorgar.
And so he's become chaos corrupted. He's a giant raven. He's become corrupted into like a half raven, half man kind of thing.
But he's still... So even though he's been physically mutated, even though he's been physically altered and manipulated, his mind and heart are still...
His soul is not corrupted.
Okay.
And that's what happens a lot of time with chaos corruption, is the mind and the body and the soul get corrupted.
Right.
Not very often does it happen that you do not get chaos corrupted.
Okay.
There is a strong chance that Russ is warp corrupted but pure of soul, but we don't know that. He might just be in his ship. But then you also have Vulcan and Jagatai. They are both in the webway, so they're not getting corrupted, kind of thing. That whole sort of thing.
Okay.
Now that kind of gives you the thing of like, he's been chaos corrupted, but not too much. He just has his little wings.
Yeah.
and he just had little wings. And due to these little wings, he was found by a group known by the Folk of Pure Blood.
Okay.
How very nice.
Yep.
They were going to kill him.
Oh, goody.
They were going to kill the baby.
Well, yeah, you find a child with wings. That's a little weird.
Do you know what stopped him from getting killed?
Hmm.
He's just so beautiful they couldn't do it.
Oh, goody.
He was just such a beautiful angelic baby. Such a beautiful angelic baby. That they just couldn't bring themselves to do it.
Right.
And they took them into their tribe.
Yeah.
And he was just there. He just existed. They were just, oh, there goes Sanguinius, the boy with the wings.
Yeah.
And then he'd just be like
So we've got the perfect angel boy.
Yeah.
We've got just the perfect boy.
Yeah.
And then it's either that you're just born perfect to be a Primarch. You're either born perfect, you're born and you happen to find a really great dad,
Yeah.
or you're raised by the wilderness.
Yeah.
Those are the three options.
Those are the three options to become a really good loyalist Primarch.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Or if you're going to become a really good Chaos Primarch,
Yeah.
you just get obsessed with jaywalking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaywalking in the name of knowledge.
Yeah. Comrade.
Lovely.
Visions of jaywalking, father. But no. Aside from that, so he goes into their tribe and everything like that.
Yeah.
And like many Primarchs, he grows wonderfully fast.
Yeah.
He goes at a really fast rate. After about 3 weeks, he was about the size of a 3-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 weeks, mind you.
Yeah.
And little itty bitty 3-year-old, 3-week-old Sanguinius killed a giant fire scorpion
Jesus.
with his bare hands.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Naturally.
You know Fallout.
Yes.
You know the rad
Vaguely.
scorpion. You know the rad scorpions in Fallout.
Vaguely,
the giant scorpions. Think that.
Yeah.
With fire. Which probably called a fire scorpion because it has like a flaming stinger or something like that.
Yeah.
But he kills one with his bare hands.
Of course.
As a baby. As a child. He's a 3-year-old. He did it with his bare hands, and not once in the fight did he show any fear.
As a 3-year-old.
As a 3-year-old. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I mean, can a 3-year-old even feel fear? Or are they just have they I don't know. I don't know much about children.
I mean, like when my sister was 2 years old, she ate a spider. Like, just picked it up and ate it. So, I mean, I guess not.
That's fair. It's like, you're going to be scared of the dark, yeah, but, that bug? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yummy. Snack time.
By the end of his first year,
Yep.
he's the size of a young man.
Of course.
He's, 18 to 24.
Yeah.
Think YouTube's perfect demographic.
Yeah.
He's around about that age.
Yeah.
And he was perfect. He was amazing.
Yeah.
He could walk upon the radioactive plains of Baal without wearing a suit. He could be perfect. He could
just free balling it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Shut up. So anyway, he was, he could walk around with that radiation suit, just hanging around in a toga, like a white cloak,
Yep.
with his perfect swan-like wings spread out behind him, with his perfect golden hair, walking around like an angel.
Yep.
Like an angel. I cannot hesitate how much they indicate how much he looks like an angel when you talk about him in the books and everything like that.
Right.
Yeah, like all the time. Like there's one at the beginning of the Siege of Terror. There's one moment where like Rogel Dawn, Jagatai, and him are all on a ship and they're arguing about Horus coming close to Earth. Yeah. And he wants everyone to shut up, so he just spreads his wings out and he's like, "Everyone, be quiet."
So, like, his day-to-day routine, he wakes up and throws his long blonde hair into a messy bun and then angels angelically down the stairs.
No, he doesn't even throw his hair into a messy bun. He wakes up in the morning, gets out of bed, flips his hair, and it's perfectly brushed.
Okay.
And then
the sun, like, beams on him perfectly.
Yeah. And he has no stairs in his house. He just goes to an open window and he just floats down on his wings. Just like, and then just floats down on his wings, and he's like, and then he just goes about his day.
So like Barbie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Say that, make that comparison again, and I will kill you.
My lips are shut.
Yeah. Sidetrack. This is becoming like when we did Fulgrim, not Fulgrim, like when we did Lehman.
Just
One of those first ones where we got really insane about it and we just...
Yep.
Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I
Back on
think
track.
it's good.
Yeah.
Lock in.
Lock it in just a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, he was proficient in almost every type of enemy.
Of course.
An enemy. He's almost perfectly proficient in almost every type of weapon.
Okay. Weapons, fighting styles, probably too.
Yeah, and the reason that it's almost every type of weapon at this point in his life is this: there are simply some weapons that do not exist at Baal at this time. At this time. So spears, swords, axes, everything like that. He's just proficient in all of them. Guns and stuff like that, probably not, because they're probably conserving ammunition, weaponry, and stuff like that. He probably just doesn't have the time to train because they need to keep it that kind of way.
No, that makes sense.
Which also goes into the fact of he uses mostly bladed weapons.
Okay.
He has a spear and a sword, and I cannot remember the name of them, but they are very the Carmine. He has a sword called the Carmine or a spear called the Carmine. I cannot remember which one it is at this time. But he has a spear, and the tip of it is like shaped like a blood drop, and it just looks really cool.
Isn't Carmine also a type of red pigment?
It's a type of red, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really awesome. It's so cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, they say that wild beasts would run from his glare. So he just like blew steel at a beast and it's run off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
He's so pretty it's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, excuse me, sorry. And at this point in his life, his wings had become the wings that they are. Right. And they are described as swan-like.
Okay.
So they're perfectly white wings, beautiful wings. Makes you even more sad. Makes you even more sad when they describe what Horus does to him at the end of the Siege of Terror.
Oh no.
I'll give you a quick excerpt of it from memory. Sanguinius goes to fly up. Horus grabs him by the ankle and slams him down so hard that the bones in one of his wings shatter and he can't use it anymore. God. Yeah. And his wing is like all bent and bent and twisted and mangled in 100 different ways. Like he just can't use that wing. Like that one wing is just drooping behind him.
Permanently? Or
what do you mean permanently? He died 5 minutes later.
I see. Okay, yeah. So I guess then not that big of a deal. Because, whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's also one of the reasons that he ended up. Well, there was many reasons to the reasons why he ended up dying that day. Okay. One of them being him thinking he needed to die that day. He did need to die that day. And we'll get into that when we get into the Horus heresy.
Very good.
But these wings were so powerful that he could what's a good example? Have you seen do you know the Falcon from the Marvel movies? Yeah. How really over the top they do him launching into the air is. Yeah. Of he's his wings flying, he's ejected right away.
Yeah, and almost to a sonic boom
almost
type.
Like a sonic boom type. Sanguinius can kind of do that.
Okay.
But it's more believable because he'll flap his wings and he just gets launched into the air. Yeah. And then he just starts flying.
Because he's actually size proportional.
Yes, his wings are actually size proportional. But it's also he's got that superhuman quality of the Primarchs as well. So his wings are just that powerful. Yeah. And how I was talking about earlier about how he can, flap out his wings and silence an entire room. Yeah. The reason he can do that is because he's sending just a wave of wind through the room. Yeah. There's they describe it as a thunderous whoosh. Right. And it's just his wings are fully extended, and everybody shuts up because they've all been kind of half knocked over. Yeah, it's just they've been when you go into really strong wind and you're whoa, you weren't expecting it kind of thing. And it actually it's always so disorienting when you do get hit by wind. Yeah, and that's how it feels whenever he puffs out his wings. If you're ready for it, you're applauding. Sanguinius is amazing. Oh my, it's literally an angel. But if you're not expecting it, it's you're literally being punched by an invisible force. Yeah. That's how powerful his wings are. Yeah. Okay, cool. I cannot put into words how much they describe an angel he is. Yeah. Him flying, literally, him flying gives people hope. He goes into the air and they literally think he's an angel. Right. And I don't mean that in a sacrilegious, heresy kind of way. Yeah. They see him as he can only be described as an angel. Right. And not in a religious way. It's he is another being that isn't human. Yeah. That's the only way that they can describe him. Most of the Primarchs are described that way. A lot of the Astartes are described that way. Yeah. The Astartes are called the Emperor's angels for a reason. But like pre-heresy, around this time, he is the closest thing to an angel that they have.
You're right.
It's insane. Like the way they describe him is nuts, dude.
And everyone's just like fangirling over it.
Dude, it's insane. Like, we'll get into it later on when I talk about when the Emperor arrives. But aside from that,
so he's growing up. What's his sort of claim to fame other than at 3 years old killing that fire scorpion?
So he doesn't get angry a lot.
Okay.
The only other time that I think is his most notable thing about getting angry is when he first comes into contact with chaos.
Okay.
And it's awesome. He has a wonderful quote of when he sends a demon back to hell. And this is a demon of corn as well.
Okay.
That he sends back to hell. Not a mean feat. There's a name for the demon.
Right.
And the demon gets so slighted by Sanguinius throwing him back to hell that when the desolation of Baal comes around, when the Tyranids are attacking Baal, that demon, I was about to say Primarch, that demon comes to Baal, helps them defeat the Tyranids for one simple reason.
Yeah.
No other creature in this galaxy will prevent me from destroying the Blood Angels.
All right, so he's on his revenge path.
All he hopes to do is one day wipe Sanguinius' lineage from the galaxy.
Okay. Took that shit personal.
He took it personally.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when Sanguinius gets angry. So,
okay.
He holds the members of his tribe in a very high regard.
Of course.
He sees everybody as his family. And you're talking like a tribe of, probably like somewhere between 500, like 200 to 500 people.
Okay.
It's a big tribe.
Yeah.
Big tribe.
It's a big tribe.
Yeah.
But they're all his family.
Yes. And a tribe of wandering mutants, people eating mutants, comes and they try to kind of, put the beat down on Sanguinius' tribe.
Right.
Sanguinius is pissed.
Of course.
He is mad because they're like, these are my family. You trying to kill my family?
Yeah. You come into my tribe.
You come,
and you hurt my boys.
Yeah, you come to me on the day of my tribe's thing, like that kind of thing. And he just, one by one, barehanded, dispatches them, 100 of them.
Holy crap.
Barehanded.
Yeah.
Vulcan had his hammers when he was dispatching the hundreds of Drukhari that he was taking down.
Sanguinius is just punching left, right, and center.
That whole conversation of how many what is it? Is like how many horse-sized humans could you take in one fight? And it's like I only have to take out one and then I have a weapon.
Yep. I see.
That's Sanguinius' thing.
Okay.
That's Sanguinius' whole thing. It's just like, oh, I've knocked down one. Well, come here.
Grabs that corpse and use it to kill the next
Literally,
guy.
he's like picking up people, throwing them into other people with such force that he's like breaking bones and stuff like that.
Wow.
He's grabbing people, like dragging them into the air, like dropping them to the ground, that kind of stuff. 100 of them.
Yeah.
Barehanded.
Yeah.
One by one.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the first and only time that his tribesmen would see him angry. It's the only time that when he's on Baal that his tribesmen see him angry. Okay. And he is furious. Like he's raging.
Yeah.
Like berserker raging. And then he gets it all done and he's like, I'm sorry you had to see that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just you're as one of those tribes people being like, wow, you just saved our lives, and he's like, I'm so sorry.
Dude, they're just standing there watching. Like he's doing that on his and he's just standing there watching. Yeah. Like a couple of the warriors are probably dealing with the stragglers and stuff like that. But he is like doing this on their own and they're just like in awe. Just watching like, whoa.
Yeah, just taken so aback that they're just Yeah. But like who would want to get in the way of that?
Oh dude, it's insane.
Yeah.
And like I'm only imagining the battle because I think it's from his book, like I think it's from the Sanguinius book. Okay. It might not be because I don't know where it's from. I want to read it, but I hope that there is just a moment where a bunch of tribesmen are coming to him and he just uses the wind of his wings to knock them down. That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
No, this is why they need to make like a Warhammer series.
Yeah.
But set it like during the heresy so you can get all of the Primarchs in their prime.
Yeah.
Because dude, like I don't like going into heresy stuff too much with when where we are now. He goes toe to toe with Angron, right?
Right.
He beats Angron and then he rips the butcher's nails out of Angron's head, and it causes his head to explode.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's like his whole thing. That's what's keeping him together.
Yeah. It's nuts, dude. And then,
Oh my
and like I
God.
said, he kills like a demon prince. No,
Yeah.
a bloodthirsty demon. And these are big demons.
Right.
Like they can, like,
What is bloodthirsted? What does that mean?
it's just a big demon. It's a huge demon.
Yeah, he's just on a warpath. Big
like,
guy.
When he goes to kill that demon, the demon is cleaving through his legion. Like the demon has a blade, and he's just like he'd swing his blade, take out 5 Astartes. Swing his blade, take out 10 Astartes because they're grouped close together.
Right.
And he's just doing that with sword strokes.
And Sanguinius comes in and just is like, "Now you're done."
If I'm remembering correctly from when I read the excerpt, Sanguinius flies at him, grabs him, and flies him into a wall, slams him into a wall as this dude's killing his dude. Literally. That's it. I remember now. He's talking to one of his legionaries, and his legionary is badly injured, right?
Right.
And he's like, and Sanguinius basically just goes, "Don't worry, my son, I will take care of this." And with an almighty, thunderous whoosh, Sanguinius is up in the sky and gone.
Damn.
Yeah, it's insane.
I love that.
Can you tell that the reason I like the Blood Angels so much?
Yeah. No, they're cool. They're cool.
Yeah, because we're 34 minutes in and we haven't even touched the Emperor yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we did do a little bit of sidebars, but
yeah.
Still, these guys are cool.
Yeah. Eventually, he would unite the tribes of his world.
Of course.
And like he'd lead them against the tribes of mutants. He's wiping out the mutants.
Okay.
Not to the extent he did with the 100, but he is like knocking them down, taking them out, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Pacing himself a little bit.
Bit more this time. Yeah.
Letting the other guys have their claim to glory.
Mm-hmm. Like over time, he perfects leadership. He perfects the mastery of physical combat.
Yeah.
Like they were able to push back the mutants until they were basically nothing, and like he has put Baal Secundus on the track to being a civilization again.
Okay.
Like the tribes are no longer nomadic. Like they are building like encampments.
Yeah.
In places. They are able to stay in one place. They don't have to move around to like stop these mutants from, attacking them and killing them and stuff like that. They are able to settle. Yeah. They are able to start settling again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
And then the Emperor turned up and
course.
ruined everything. No, so the Emperor would arrive on Baal.
Yep.
And he would land at a place called the Conclave of Blood.
Okay.
Now, this is a natural amphitheater.
Of course.
Yes, it's just a natural amphitheater. They're just like, we need we need a meeting point.
Of course. And there just so happens to be an amphitheater right
there.
Well,
they carved it out. Like, they found like a place that like, this place looks like an amphitheater. Let's carve it out, like make it more amphitheater-esque kind of thing. So it's not like just a giant dip in the ground. It's like they basically went in there and they were like, let's just carve out.
They didn't build it. They just refined it.
They refined it, yeah.
Okay.
That thing that I was telling you about him like uniting them and like putting them on the path to like civilization again. Yeah. The Emperor turns up right as he's doing that.
Oh,
so he turns up and Sanguinius is giving like this big address. Like he's standing among like all of the pure-blooded, like no mutants are there. Like they're all like all of the humans are like, we're like, oh yeah, like Sanguinius, woo, yeah, that whole thing, and like the Emperor is in the crowd and he's just like feeling the energy of these people. Yeah. Like he's like, my son has done great things for these people. He's risen them from perdition. Yeah. It's like, I've gripped you tight and rose you from perdition. Yeah, on Baal. Yeah, so he's just giving them hope. So then he finishes his speech. Yep. Being Sanguinius, having these huge wings. Yeah. Notes the end of the speech by flapping his wings and soaring high into the air. Yeah. With a shout that is shared by the entirety of everybody that's in the amphitheater. Damn. Yeah. Because remember, feeling the Emperor's feeling the energy now. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you feel it now?
Can you feel it now? Yeah. Sanguinius basically is just like, are you ready for this? And everyone's like, yeah.
Takes off. Just everyone's like, I had a word I was going to say, but I don't think I can pronounce it correctly, so I'm just not going to.
Yeah, everyone's just losing their mind.
Yeah,
now,
lovely.
Now, the Emperor immediately was like,
Wow.
wow, that's got to be one of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cool kid, he's got to be one of mine.
So he walks up to, he approaches Sanguinius after he landed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sanguinius, but they say that Sanguinius's future sight is the reason that he had the reaction he did to his father.
Okay.
Sanguinius walked up to his father.
Yeah.
Didn't attack him.
Okay.
And he fell to his knees.
That's it.
He fell to his knees.
Yep.
Crystal tears welling in his eyes.
Crystal tears.
Crystal tears welling in his eyes.
Angelic crystal tears.
And as the crystal tears fell from his face into the red dust beneath him, flowers sprouted from where they landed.
Oh my god.
Games Workshop made one of the coolest characters seem like a real loser with that line.
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
But yeah, no. So like immediately, Sanguinius was like, "You are my father," and he fell to his knees and he was like, pledged allegiance to his father.
Angelic choir in the background, the sun streaming down in a perfect spotlight on them.
Yeah, there's a cliff there's a cliff above them, and it's just got enough of a slit that the sun's coming down, and it's like a long line, and like Sanguinius's wings are perfectly enraptured and all that stuff. Yeah. So that's kind of the attitude that they're giving when they do that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he goes and he joins the Emperor.
Yep.
And the best of his warriors in this tribe would become Astartes.
Okay.
Which is a sign of great respect from the Emperor. Because only young boys, think 11, not even 11, think 8 to 18.
Yeah.
Around that time, only they can become Astartes.
Right.
To become an Astartes as a full-grown man, it's a long and arduous process. You don't get gene seed.
Right. You just get
you get physically augmented.
Yeah.
Like they bone extensions, muscle enhancements. I do believe that they get the double, the extra organs that the Astartes get, but the one thing they don't get is the gene seed.
Yeah.
Because the gene seed won't take to an older body.
Yeah. And it's similar with the lions, which we'll get to in the next episode.
Yes.
Where,
with the lion, with Luther. Luther is very upset because he can't get that.
Yeah.
But yes. So these Astartes, alongside his Terran-born sons, would become the Blood Angels.
Okay.
And in celebration of this, Sanguinius is given a set of armor.
Okay.
On this armor, it was a huge, beautifully ornate golden armor.
Okay.
With just all designs everywhere.
Right. Just fancy, beautiful, perfect, angelic, golden everything everywhere.
It would probably make Fulgrim jealous if he didn't have a set of his own.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
On the chest, this is the important part. On the chest, there are 4 carved rubies.
Okay.
Each one representing the planets of the Imperium that Sanguinius is in control over.
Okay.
Not in control over, but the ones that are directly connected to him. So it's Terra, Baal, and it's 2 moons.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so he has those 4 rubies along his chest.
Cool.
And they are rubies from Baal, and I can't remember the names of them.
Okay.
But they're incredibly rare rubies. And the only reason that they're incredibly rare is because you can only find them on Baal, and it's 2 moons.
Okay.
They do not exist anywhere else in the galaxy.
They're just are they radioactive?
No, it's not radioactive. It's just it's a collection of minerals that can only be found on Baal.
Okay.
You could probably make them artificially, you can make artificial sapphires, diamonds, emeralds, all that kind of stuff. But
this particular strain of ruby is only
naturally found on Baal.
Okay, cool.
And alongside this, he would be given a pelt.
Okay.
And it is a great Carnodon. And what a Carnodon is it's think of a snow leopard.
Okay.
And it was the first kill of the first mission of the first planet that he brought into compliance.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's just a huge his mini
Yeah.
his Horus Heresy mini
Yeah.
is beautiful because it's him. I don't know where you get the second half from. I'm not sure if it comes in the set or if it's separately.
Right.
But it's him over a demon with like his like in like full spear mode with this like with that pelt like blowing in the wind. With his hair blowing in the wind too.
Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, but this was the first kill of the first mission of the Emperor and his Legion for the first planet that he brought into compliance.
So he's sentimental.
Yeah, he's a big sentimentalist.
Yeah. Okay.
And he would become fast friends with a couple of people.
Okay.
He'd become fast friends with Russ, become fast friends with the Khan, and then, but also alongside this, he became rivals. Big rival with Angron.
Okay.
Because
Pretty Boy and Angry Boy don't get along.
No. It's because their legions butted heads all the time.
Oh, okay.
Because both of the legions were extremely brutal in their fighting styles.
Right.
But
Different.
Angron's legion was barbaric.
Right.
While the Blood Angels, they're brutal,
Yeah.
but they are refined brutality.
Okay.
So they're like, oh, I'm gonna like I'll beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
But I'm only gonna go until you're dead.
Right.
Like Angron's legion's gonna go until you like his fist hits concrete kind of thing.
Right. Until you're mush.
Until you're mush. Like Sanguinius' legion, like the Blood Angels will like they'll like cut your head off.
Yeah.
But like, and we're talking pre-heresy here, we're not talking like post-heresy.
Yeah.
They'll cut your head off, but they'll just keep on moving.
Right.
Like Angron's legion would like cut your head off and then like stab you a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They're gonna shoot you 21 times after you're dead.
After you're dead, yeah. They're like desecrating corpses.
Yeah.
But not in like a weird way. But like they were like Angron's legion would desecrate corpses, and what I mean by that is basically they'd beat you down until you're dead, and then they'd go a little bit longer.
Yeah. Just to get out all of that like
Angry Ron
pent
rage.
up.
Yeah. And it's not their fault. It's their Primarch.
They're full of butcher's nails, aren't they?
Yes and no.
Yes and
we'll get into
okay.
that when we get to Angron during the heresy.
Okay.
Now, alongside those three, Horus
Okay.
is the main one we're going to look at here.
Okay.
Because the relationship between him and Horus is the closest bond aside from Ferris and Fulgrim
Yeah.
in terms of the brothers.
Okay.
Like Ferris and Fulgrim and Horus and Sanguinius have like the
Same
closest
level.
sibling energy.
Okay.
Yeah. And like there's a great section from the first Horus Heresy book
Yeah.
where Garviel Loken, if you want to be sad, read the first 3 books of the Horus Heresy.
Okay.
They follow Garviel Loken.
Okay.
And you're just like, oh, this guy's awesome. No.
Oh no, my boy.
Oh no, my boy. Yeah. He's just a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, why are we doing what we're doing? He's questioning it. He's questioning everything in a good way.
Okay.
They're still genociding people and
Yeah.
bringing planets into compliance by force. But he's like questioning everything in a
This
good
is
way.
Warhammer. What?
Yeah.
There is nothing.
He's
else.
like everything I'm doing for a reason.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff with Horus is happening. He's like, I cannot follow Horus anymore, and that's all Garvey's thing is. Now, what happens is he doesn't see this, but he hears tell of it, and what he hears tell of is Horus and Sanguinius looking like they are the happiest they've been in years.
Right.
Because when they fight side by side as brothers.
Right.
And they are like so happy to be fighting each other. Like they're constantly chirping each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of like think Gimli and
Gloin?
Legolas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, think Gimli and Legolas, where it's like 21, 14s, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Sanguinius, he's also quite playful when it comes to being around Horus and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because in the same book, Horus is addressing his Mournival. We'll get into that later. I'm not going to bring that up.
Okay.
He's addressing the Mournival, and he's hiding something from them.
Okay.
And Sanguinius comes out and he's eating like a bunch of fruit, and he picks up a fruit and he throws it at them, and he goes, and he's just like, oh, tell them the truth, Horus, and he like throws the fruit at him, and Horus, being a Primarch, just catches it in his mouth and then starts to eat it and stuff like that. But Sanguinius is incredibly playful with Horus.
Right.
Like they are brothers. They are genuinely just brothers.
They're just having a silly, goofy time.
a silly, goofy time. Which makes it so much sadder when Horus inevitably kills Sanguinius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because that's the other thing as well, is like Horus in his last moments of light has this massive thing of like the fog is lifted, and he just, and like his final moments are him just going, "What have I done?" And the forethought in his mind is most probably the fact he just killed his best friend.
Yeah.
That being said, this is also around about the time that Sanguinius discovers something called the Flaw.
Okay.
Remember when you would... He also discovers something called the Flaw when he fights Horus. But no.
Sort of like the stuff that happens to Magnus's guys.
Yes, the flesh change.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit different. Sanguinius discovers something in his legion called the Red Thirst.
Okay.
It was a genetic thing, and this is most probably due to
the corruption.
Not quite the corruption, but it's something in Sanguinius's blood that may or may not have been fixed by that warp corruption.
Okay.
Or may or may not just be because the Emperor was fiddling around with the warp and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It might just be some leftover stuff from... Not leftover stuff, it might be something implanted in them that would have turned them to Khorne or Nurgle.
Okay.
Yeah. Little known, you probably don't know this. Horus tries to convince Sanguinius to follow Nurgle.
Really?
Yeah. Because first he tries with Khornite demons, and that didn't go so well.
Now, is that during the heresy?
During the heresy, yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't go so well when he goes up against Khornite demons.
Makes sense.
But then, like, Nurgle is all like, that Red Thirst thing, they might like that. That whole thing. It's a whole thing. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there.
That'll be a whole thing when we get to.
So he discovers this in the Red Thirst, and his legion is genetically compelled to drink blood.
Okay.
And if they don't, they go nuts.
Right.
They go crazy. And this isn't like... What is it? I can't remember. It's the Black Rage. That is it. That's it. That's not the Black... It's not like the Black Rage. Because the Black Rage, they recognize their brothers as their brothers.
Okay.
So they won't... So it's like, the whole thing of like, Horus. They don't immediately turn to one of their brothers and attack them. They still recognize their brothers as their brothers. This is like complete Berserker Rage. So they just go and they just attack anybody that they can find. Because they need to drink blood. They need more and more blood.
Okay.
So that's why, like, if you ever look at a Warhammer model, if
you ever looked at a Warhammer model?
If you ever look at like a Blood Angels apothecary, they have a chalice, and that chalice is it's a blood chalice.
Yep.
It's also the reason why when you look at like Blood Angels characters or Blood Angels like Astartes and stuff like that, they have vials on them, vials of blood. It's basically so they can just be like, Red Thirst, and then just chug it immediately, because drinking blood staves off the Red Thirst.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least, do they do that in precautions because they know that it's coming? So if they hold blood,
if they hold off on drinking blood, they get taken over by the Red Thirst, and that's when they become vampires, quote unquote.
Okay.
Yeah. So they will jump onto if the Red Thirst takes them over, they'll like jump onto an Imperial citizen and just rip their throat out and start drinking the blood.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with their teeth.
What else would they have done it with?
Their hands.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. They just go Rick Grimes and ripping out throats.
Yeah, there's probably like something really gruesome, like put their hand in their chest, pull out the heart, and then like squeeze the blood from the heart, kind of thing.
Ooh,
yeah. If they turned to Khorne, that's probably what they would have done.
Right.
Yeah.
Blood for the blood god.
Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skulls thrones. Milk for the Kelloggs.
Tricks for kids.
Tricks for kids. You silly rabbit. But no, he kept this secret from everybody.
Oh.
His father didn't know about it. His brothers didn't know about it. The only brother that knew about it was Horus. Because Horus came across Sanguinius dispatching with one of his own sons because they had succumbed to the Red Thirst.
And once you succumb, is there no coming back, or
no?
Okay.
Now, I don't agree with what they do to them in modern day. In the modern day, they lock them up.
Right.
In coffins.
And okay.
So they have this tower, the Tower of Baal, and basically in that tower you will hear constant screaming
because they just keep these guys alive.
They keep them alive, yeah.
Yeah. That's inhumane.
It is very inhumane, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also the thing of like,
Is it more like? Well, but they're killing everybody anyway, so you can't even say that it's like they don't want to kill somebody.
well, it's also the thing of like, you have a weapon.
Yeah.
You can take one of these coffins, drop it into the battlefield,
Yeah.
and just let them go.
True.
From what I've seen on the tabletop, they don't do that. They have the Death Company for that.
Yeah.
But like, that's genuinely the thing. Is like, if you ever needed like a berserker rage like thing,
Yeah.
you have them there. You can just drop these coffins into battle, and they'll just run off, and they'll like that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, that could be very quite useful. However, just keeping them locked up to live out their days in insanity, and like, I know the Primarchs live super long, but how long do the
Astartes live forever? Like, the oldest living Primarch is the Blood Angel.
Yeah.
It's Dante. We stand Dante.
Lovely.
All he wants to do is die.
So we've got Sanguinius the Angel,
Yeah.
and Dante underneath him.
Yeah. Oh, wait until you hear about the Sanguinor.
Yeah.
The Sanguinor is the spirit of is what we think is the spirit of Sanguinius talking to his sons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Dante gets taken out at the Battle of the Desolation of Baal.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, finally, I can be with my father. And then Sanguinius is like, sorry, buddy. Gonna need you to inspire your legion or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Because it's the thing is, Dante specifically keeps having visions of this person called the Sanguinor.
Okay.
And the Sanguinor is what keeps him going in life.
Okay.
So every time that he's facing hardship, and I don't mean hardship as in like, oh, like, I'm a little bit sad because I don't know where my milk is, kind of thing.
Right.
It's like he's on the verge of death every single time he sees the Sanguinor.
Oh.
And the Sanguinor guides him.
Right.
And a lot of people believe, and it's very heavily implied, that the Sanguinor is the spirit of Sanguinius.
Okay.
The spirit of Sanguinius talking to his sons.
Right.
Now,
After Sanguinius dies, or like the whole time?
after Sanguinius dies.
Okay.
Because this Dante doesn't exist for another like 10,000 years after Sanguinius dies.
Okay.
And Dante's also 1,000 years old. He's
Right.
1,100 years old. He's
okay.
the oldest. He's the oldest living Astartes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not. They live forever, but they're not immortals. They're not.
Yeah, they live forever, but they're not immortal.
Okay.
Even the Primarchs aren't immortal. Sanguinius, like he would deal with his own men when they would succumb to the Red Thirst.
Right.
Because he saw it as a torture.
Yeah.
He saw it as like, my sons don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
And I should be the one to save them from this.
Right.
So that's what he does. He tries to save his sons from the Red Thirst in the only way he knows how, which is, dispatch with them. And he's just a good guy like that.
Yeah.
Now, we're coming to the end of the Great Crusade.
Yeah.
Well, not to the end of the Great Crusade. The Great Crusade, as it stands, the Horus heresy esque. They don't know the Great Crusade is ending. We do.
Yeah.
We're coming towards the end of the Great Crusade and the triumph of Ulanor and stuff like that. Sanguinius was not in the battle.
Okay. The Ulanor battle.
The Ulanor campaign. He wasn't at the battle, but he was there at the triumph because he was like, my brother had this great triumph.
Yeah.
Horus had this great triumph against the Greenskins.
Yeah.
I'll be there for him.
Yeah.
And that's just how awesome Sanguinius is.
Right.
He's just there for his bro.
Now, do we know where he was during the battle?
I couldn't find it, but I also was getting to the end of my research and really tired, so I never looked it up.
That is totally fair.
Yeah.
But he was there anyways to show his support.
To show his support for Horus, his bro, and everything like that.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's where we stand. Sanguinius, surprisingly, is not there for a lot of the Horus heresy.
Okay.
Because until Istvan 5,
yeah,
there is no active push against the Imperium.
Okay.
It's all happening in shadows and stuff like that. So they don't know it's happening.
Right.
Until Ferrus Manus gets the word out, all the stuff at Istvan 5 happens.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. But yeah, we'll get into Sanguinius and the Horus heresy because he does play a big part in that sort of stuff. I do want to mention one thing, and it's a little bit about the imagery of Sanguinius and how he's portrayed personality-wise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, do you know anything about the Bible.
Like the devil from
like the devil
Bible?
from the Bible. I'm here to convince you to steal from small businesses and children. No. So
Vaguely, yeah.
vaguely. So if you take the Emperor as God,
Yeah.
that puts Horus in the position of Lucifer.
Okay.
Because Lucifer was God's favorite son. Favorite angel, I should say.
Yeah.
And eventually he falls, and eventually he falls. He starts questioning God, and then God has to cast him out.
Yeah.
With Horus, it means being cast out from existence.
Yeah.
With Lucifer, it means being cast out to hell. But alongside that, you have Sanguinius, and Sanguinius is very much the same as the avenging angel. Think Michael.
Okay.
And he has a lot of those tropes. Because he is like, my dad can't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
There's no way he could do anything wrong.
Right.
And I will always fight for him no matter what.
Right.
I am the angel of warriors. And
Yes.
that's the whole thing. And that's how he's portrayed. He's portrayed very angelically.
Yeah.
And if you look at the connections between the Archangel Michael and and Sanguinius,
Yeah.
there's a lot of similarity there.
Okay.
And I think Games Workshop knows that too.
Yeah.
And there's another thing as well is Sanguinius had such an awesome death. Have you heard about what's been happening recently with Warhammer and the Primarchs and stuff like that?
Not a whole lot, no.
Warhammer is actively on a thing where they are wanting to bring back all the Primarchs.
Right. Okay, I have vaguely heard of that.
Yeah, because the Lion just came back.
Yeah.
There is some scuttling rumors that Ferrus Manus is going to make a return.
Okay.
In the Legion of the Damned, which is awesome, by the way.
That sounds cool.
Like a lot of the things that people are thinking that he's going to come back with is he's still going to have no head, but it's going to be like a flaming skull, Ghost Rider style.
Oh, okay.
And like a lot of people are thinking that he's going to come back like that, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Ferrus Manus come back. I'd love to see Ferrus Manus come back and go against Fulgrim.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome.
That does give a lot of cool opportunity for a lot of stuff.
The Legion of the Damned, I believe, is also warp based.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they're also a warp based legion.
Yeah. Which gets into some interesting lore and interesting gameplay.
Yeah, because I can only imagine what the books would be like of Fulgrim being on Fulgrim about to win against something, and then warp tears open up, and then Ferrus just walks out, and immediately Fulgrim is just that cannot be.
Yeah.
There is simply no way. That whole thing, it would be incredible.
Yeah.
I am in one of two minds of them bringing back Sanguinius.
Okay.
Because Sanguinius, spoiler alert for the end of the Horus Heresy, gets interned. His body gets interned.
Yeah.
In a sarcophagus that is behind two doors that have this amazingly beautiful mural, his angel wings, his Astartes and everything like that and stuff like that. I can only imagine how awesome it would be
to have bust out of there,
to have him come back to life.
Yeah.
To have him come back to life, fully healed somehow.
Yeah.
Those doors bursting open.
Yeah.
Him flying through, his Astartes that are guarding those doors being blown back by his landing.
Yeah.
And the first words that he says after coming back to life are just being something along the lines of take me to Horus, or where is Horus, or something like that.
Yeah.
It would be so cool.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
I know, dude. It's so there's so much that you can do with Sanguinius and bringing him back and stuff like that. Especially considering that his tomb is literally two massive stone doors.
Yeah.
Having those blast open.
Yeah.
And having him fly through and stuff like that. Because the imagery that you can have with those wings and him flying and everything, you could have him flying through, just full speed flying through the monastery that he's buried in.
Yeah.
Him flying into the sky. And all of his sons and stuff like that being
oh my god,
in complete shock, and it can't be and stuff like that. And Dante especially,
being he's been waiting for so long,
but also he's been seeing the Sanguinor his entire life, and just being what's going to happen? I'm the Sanguinus here. What is happening next?
Yeah.
What is my next mission? And then Sanguinius just fucking boom lands into the ground in front of all of his sons. And then, you know, that thing of like, take me to Horus.
Yeah.
Or like, it doesn't even have to be like that, of like him landing and like him like landing right in front of Dante.
Yeah.
And like the first words coming out of his mouth being like, just addressing Dante immediately.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, him landing and then just right in front of Dante, and Dante's just speechless.
Yeah.
And like him, like, you know, Sanguinius stands up, puts his hand on his shoulder, and is like Dante, my son. And then like, you know, his hand touching his shoulder is the moment like Dante's like, holy fuck, he's real.
Santa came.
Santa. But like, there's so much that you can do with like Sanguinius coming back and stuff like that. But it's also like, it would so undercut his sacrifice at the end of this, at the end of the heresy. It's like every Blood Angels fan I feel would be like I would be, because Sanguinius is just so cool with like the wings, how he fights, everything like that. That like his return to the Imperium would be incredible, especially with how the Imperium is right now.
Yeah.
And like, I should have talked about this when we talk about Sanguinius and the heresy, but like his with how the Imperium is like right now, with like, you know, angels, the God Emperor and stuff like that, they would see Sanguinius coming back as like the coming of a saint.
Yeah.
Like he would like literally, it's like, it would be so cinematic. It'd be like him in front of the sun, like coming down.
Yeah.
And like all that sort of stuff. Or like him just being extremely pissed and angry and like busting out and like boom, landing, cracking the stone beneath him kind of shit.
With only the rage that he's had once more before.
Yeah, with only that like physical rage and stuff like that of like, but also, you know, what if, because you also have that what if of like, what if in that moment of him busting out of his thing is him succumbing to the Black Rage?
Oh.
And like he's just
Black
like
Rage or the Red Thirst?
the Black Rage. Because the Black Rage would be him seeing himself fighting Horus again. So he's just like grabbing his sons, like throwing them. Anyone that's getting in the way, he's just like taking them, breaking them, killing them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He could just, there's so much you could do with Sanguinius' return, of like him coming back and just going insane of like all that stuff, and that him taking all of like him of like the Black Rage like going out and all that stuff, and he just like, because you could have this whole redemption arc of him having to deal with the Black Rage himself, and like he just, and like you could literally have him having episodes of him being like, of like these traumatic episodes of him seeing himself die. Right. It would be terrifying, of surely.
Absolutely.
But the writing, the like opportunity, like all that has, like, would be incredible. And if they do it, I hope Games Workshop doesn't screw it all up. Like,
please, we're begging.
We're begging you.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we should finish up the episode because I've been ranting too much about Sanguinius coming back.
Oh, good. So we'll be able to do that again when we get to more of the heresy stuff.
Oh, dude, when he goes up against the demons, dude, I'm gonna have every quote that I can get from that fight up.
Very good.
Yeah, they are insane. Like, dude, there's great things. Like, he's like grabbing demons and slamming them into walls and like flying at full speed into like a huge bloodthirsty demon, and the demon's mocking him the entire time, and Sanguinius is just putting a beat down on him. Yeah,
lovely. Well, I'm very excited to hear about that. I hope that all of you out there are excited to listen about it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I guess we'll end that here for today. Then
usual stuff. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, download the episodes on Spotify, please. It really helps. And Instagram, is it up yet? Because I know we've been having some trouble getting it up and everything.
Working on that. Hopefully it should be up by the time that this episode airs. So you can go follow us there. Remembrancers Library Pod. So that'll be up and going. We'll be posting updates, sneak peeks, trailers, teasers, all that. If we're referring to memes at all,
we'll post them there.
We'll post the memes on the Instagram. All that good stuff.
Another thing, gonna mention it here too. Next couple of episodes that you guys see might have some extra material at the end. There might be some more stuff going up on the YouTube that I'm planning.
Okay.
That whole sort of thing. So stay tuned, because as we're getting into the flow of this and stuff like that, there's just some stuff that we can't really talk about. And I don't mean like really talk about because it's not suitable and stuff like that. It's just too small information to put into a full podcast episode. So look out for like little 10-minute bits here and there on the YouTube coming up and stuff like that.
Yep.
But yeah.
Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening again. Enjoy the podcast, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah. Have a great day.
You as well. Bye.
Bye.